Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the channel. It's your boy, World of Wrestling, back here again with an AEW Dynamite May 29th, 2024 review. Some of the show was good, some of it was cringe, some of it was whatever, some of it was just good wrestling, and some of it just didn't have no value to me at all. Things I did like the battle, the Gauntlet Casino Royale match, crowning the winner through a pinfall. I think that was a really good matchup. Will Ospreay ends up winning that match to be the number one contender for the World Championship now. He's also defending the International Championship on Collision against Kyle O'Reilly. I might tune in for that during the weekend and see how that match went, because I am highly intrigued about that match. I wonder how well that's going to turn out. Also, Chris Jericho's learning tree, please, it is cringe. It is downright fucking disgusting. Let me go to that section of the show and talk about it. Chris Jericho's TV time, with the learning tree. I mean, he pretty much introduces a new person to the learning tree, and his name is fucking Brian Keith. Brian Keith talked a lot of shit. Nothing to the ordinary of importance to me. And on top of that, there was also Hook, who came down and was going to have a fight, and Samoa Joe got involved. Kind of whispered in Hook's ear, and Joe convinced him, I guess, to go backstage and rethink about how he was going to get even with Chris Jericho and the learning tree. So I think that Samoa Joe lined up with Hook. I mean, it's like Samoa Joe's got his learning tree, and he might as well call his the Killer Dungeon or whatever. The Killer Group, the Killer Learning Tree, or some kind of shit. Who the fuck cares? Honestly, I'm being honest with you guys. I've been a fan of AEW, but as of late, man, I'm just fucking burnt from this fucking company. Really, I am. I don't find that their product is at all as good as it once was. I think that the show is just completely and utterly shit. Nothing happened with MJF on this show except for a minor video package, which was great, but in all honesty, I didn't feel nothing from this show tonight. There was some good wrestling. Great. We see good wrestling every fucking week. Can we get some stories here? Can we get some heartfelt shit going on? If I wanted to watch great wrestling, I don't need to watch a week-to-week televised show. Look at WWE back in the day when they had Vince. Vince was doing terrible booking week to week, and then the pay-per-views, they were pretty decent. I mean, they weren't to the level of AEW's quality of wrestling, granted, because he was very safe with his performers. But if you're going to be that safe with your performers and you're not going to allow them to go all out in the ring, then at least produce good stories. He wasn't doing that at all. AEW is giving us great wrestling, so if you really want to get technical, don't bother watching the week-to-week shows, because all you're going to get is great wrestling with no week-to-week stories to get you intrigued about the fucking pay-per-view. It's 2 hours of fucking nonsense. The wrestling is great. Goody. Can we get some fucking story here? I personally am not seeing it. I saw a lot more story a year or two ago. This year has been the absolute downward spiral of AEW I've ever seen. And it was starting to turn out that way in earlier this year and last year. But at least last year there was some fucking heart and whatnot. This is just, it's a fucking joke. It's pathetic. I mean, I don't like this at all. I loved Wrestle Dream. I think Wrestle Dream was an awesome show. Fucking Dynasty looked like a good show. I still have yet to catch that pay-per-view. But we're not getting anything intriguing to get us interested in the fucking week-to-week televised shows. Can we do something better? But yeah, Chris Jericho's segment was fucking cringe beyond cringe. It was probably one of the worst promos. Worse than anything you did in WWE, honestly. Fucking pathetic, honestly. Did not like this at all. Thought it was shit. Alright. Swerve Strickland had a match to get as the very first match with Kill Switch in a non-title match. Why is Strickland even having matches against nobodies? He won't face Luchasaurus, who's now Kill Switch. Like, do I care? And then after he beat him, he took a dread of his hair and cut it off. And basically has it as a souvenir. Basically showing his dominance over the patriarchy. I don't have a fucking clue. Nick Wayne, Christian Cage weren't even there to back him up. They weren't even by ringside. Prince Nana was with Swerve Strickland, but that was about it. TBS Women's Champion, the new Women's Champion, Mercedes Moné, she cut a promo talking about how great she is and how she pulled off the victory. She didn't like what Chris Statlander and Chris Statlander did to her. So she hopes that Willow Nightingale comes back and gets her revenge and kicks their ass. And I guess apparently she's willing to give her a title shot. After the promo was done, we had fucking Sky Blue get involved in this promo and attacked her from behind. And she went ahead and was granted a TBS Women's Championship match. The first title match that Mercedes Moné defends. We couldn't, build off of give this a 4-week build. And give Mercedes Moné an actual build towards a match. We had to just throw her right in there with a title match right out of the gate. I mean, you could have had her in matches week to week leading into her championship opportunity against Willow Nightingale to make fucking sense as to why she's getting a title shot. But hey, who needs to make sense in this fucking retarded company? Where the safety of their performers are in jeopardy every fucking moment that they're in the ring. And Tony Khan doesn't make any boundaries on these guys to protect them from protecting themselves from getting killed in the middle of the ring. Look, straight up, Tony Khan has quite a few issues. Not even, forget about fucking creative. He needs to protect his performers. His performers are going out there and literally getting themselves killed. This shit has got to stop. This isn't some low-down promotion, ECW. This is lower than ECW. ECW was hardcore, but they didn't go out of their way to have their fucking wrestlers to go to the point where they're killing themselves, jumping off fucking ladders through glass tables. Like, Who the fuck does that? And it's not in the ring, it's out of the ring through a glass fucking table. I'm talking about Darby Allin and the match he had at Revolution. I mean, that was a fucking amazing spot. But please, man, you don't need to kill yourself to impress us. Your life is more important than that. This is insanity. How Tony Khan can allow this shit to continue to happen in his promotion is beyond me. You want good wrestling? You want to be entertained? Look at Gunther and Randy Orton. Did they have to go and kill themselves? No, they gave us a fucking classic matchup for the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Yeah, Maya ended up being a botch finish. I don't care. That left controversy. That left a cliffhanger. That left a story to tell even after a good match. You don't need to go out there and kill yourself. This is all desperation for attention by the audience. Come watch us. We'll kill ourselves for you. No, people don't want to watch that. I came across a video on YouTube a couple of months ago of Al Snow pointing out that someone in AEW is going to legitimately die one day live on television. I agree with him at this point. Look at all the fucking injuries going on in this promotion. It is fucking mind-numbing how many people are injured. And they still got a fucking cast of characters they still don't fucking push. This is a fucking insane... I mean, this is not like to the level of creative of making fun of their audience like Vince McMahon did. And that's the only reason why I'm still sticking by AEW. If he was going out of his way to make fun of his audience on top of it like Vince McMahon did, I wouldn't even fucking watch this shit and wouldn't cover it on this channel anymore. You'd be getting Raw and SmackDown, the fucking pay-per-views for WWE, and I'd probably just start covering full-fledged on UFC and actually give you my preview and predictions of who's going to win the fights to fill in AEW on a Wednesday night. Because to be quite frank with you, this is fucking dog shit. Sitting here 2 hours... Good wrestling, yeah. Where's the fucking story? If this was 3 hours, you can guarantee I wouldn't be watching this shit. I didn't do it for Raw. Why do you think I'm going to do it for AEW? You think I'm going to do it for AEW Dynamite? Get the fuck out of here. I don't even do the reviews for fucking Collision because it's fucking ridiculous. There's nothing on Collision. It's meaningless. It's a throwaway show for 2 hours. I don't know what Tony Khan's doing, what he's smoking. What the fuck's this dude doing? He had something good going and now he's fucking it all up. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm dumbfounded. But yeah, Swerve Strickland got his victory over Killswitch, cut off a braid of his hair. Yippee-ki-yay, who the fuck cares? So there you go. Back at ringside, we had Tony Schiavone relays the announcement from Tony Khan after Sky Blue's attack on Mercedes Moné that she will defend her TBS championship tonight against Sky Blue. Goody. Who the fuck cares? She lost. Anyone believe she was going to win? Of course not. Backstage, Jon Moxley talks up tonight's match against Rocky Romero, and he's focused on defending the IWGP Heavyweight Championship wherever he needs to. So yeah, Rocky Romero got a title eliminator. Another title eliminator. We could have had Takeshita facing Jon Moxley in a title eliminator here tonight. And that would have been fine. If you're going to give Takeshita a title eliminator, it shouldn't have been on the fucking pay-per-view. It should have been on this show. And instead, we have 2 title eliminators back-to-back for Jon Moxley. And Jon Moxley wins both of those matches. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Not to mention Jon Moxley looked like he injured his shoulder, legitimately. I mean, that thing in his back was pointing outwards. I remember Randy Orton back in WWE One Night Stand 2008. He went ahead and he was trying to do the RKO, and Triple H countered it, and he dropped him outside the ring, and he was trying to catch his fall, and his shoulder popped out of the place, and the bone in his back was pointing outwards. I swear to God, it looked like the same exact thing. Jon Moxley looked like he legitimately injured his fucking shoulder. We also had a video package of the rise of the current New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquire. Don't know who the fuck she is. She made an appearance after the TBS title defense, and Mercedes Moné and her were having a stare down while they held each other's titles up in the air, looking directly at each other. I guess apparently this match is taking place at Forbidden Door, I would imagine, since it is New Japan Wrestling versus AEW. I mean, honestly, me personally, if I was WWE, I would want nothing to do with a Forbidden Door with these people. I mean, shit, we're getting fucking NXT doing crossovers with TNA. Apparently, WWE doesn't have a problem playing around with other promotions. They just don't want to fuck around with AEW, and I don't blame them. I was a fucking WWE hater for a while because of the way the production was going. The way the show was going, everything. Now that they've gotten things back on track with Triple H running things and Vince McMahon's out of office and he's not controlling creative anymore, I have a little bit more faith in WWE, and WWE is showing that they are not against the idea of working with other promotions, but I don't think they're going to have anything to do with AEW ever. And the reason being is, one, they made things very personal with WWE. They didn't live up to their big mouth that they ran. They are falling further and further behind. And why I'm saying this is because of the attendance. The attendance is dead. If you look at the arena, it was blacked out practically. The crowd was blacked out. You literally couldn't see the majority of the audience. And I can tell you why. Because the ticket sales are not the way they used to be. If you look back 2-3 years ago, you'd see that the audience... excluding the time when we had the pandemic. But if you look back on the audience, you could see that the crowd lighting was a lot brighter. You could see the arena better. Now it's darkened out, and it's to hide their fucked up attendance because there's not a lot of people showing up. And they're in arenas that have 15,000 plus seats available to fill up, and they're not filling those arenas up at all, or even coming close to it. And I don't know why they're not going to smaller venues. It would be a lot cheaper for them anyway. But they're not doing that. They're trying to stick with the normal size arena venues. But hey, to each his own. If that's what they want to do, I don't really care. It's not my problem, it's theirs. But me personally, I'm not really feeling it with this fucking show anymore. Honestly, this is fucking horrendous. We had Don Callis trying to sign somebody new to the Don Callis family. It was supposed to be Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy refused to go with the Don Callis family. So Hathaway and Chris Statlander were on the Titantron, and they went ahead and stated that Trent Beretta would like to join the Don Callis family. So apparently, we got Trent Beretta blindsiding Cassidy, kneeing him in the face, blah, blah, blah. and we got Cassidy, Trent Beretta joining the Don Callis family. And do I like this? Yeah, I kind of do. I think this is a nice move. I think this might help Trent Beretta a little bit. I think this character change I'm actually liking. Surprisingly enough, some of you might say, well, this it's kind of a joke. Nobody's going to take this guy seriously. He's not going to do anything. I disagree. I really do. I think that Trent Beretta has the ability to legitimately do something noteworthy in this promotion and do something with this gimmick with Don Callis. I think they will pull this off if they do this intelligently. And I really like this. But there was one thing that happened, and I can't believe I fucking saw this happen. Don Callis was stomping Orange Cassidy in the face, and somehow he sprained his fucking ankle. You got it, folks. Don Callis sprained his ankle from just stomping someone in the face. Please note, do not have Don Callis do any physicality in matches ever again. Because the man can't even hit someone without hurting himself. That was fucking sad. I'm just going, he's doing a simple stomp and he hurt himself? What the fuck? He was limping. It was utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Fuck. Next, we had Mercedes Moné defending her women's TBS Women's Championship against Sky Blue. Great, she won. Retained her title, obviously. Decent match, nothing spectacular, but okay. What else? Renee is backstage, tries to get an update on Orange Cassidy, but is interrupted by Stokely Hathaway. Hathaway runs down Willow Nightingale and saying he remembers what Chris Statlander has had to put up with the past few months. He hypes up Chris Statlander, pointing out she came back from back-to-back ACL injuries when others don't want to show up for work after getting a cold. Chris Statlander in this promo, I liked what she delivered here. I think she was very good. That depends on their consistency with pushing Chris Statlander. That's another problem that Tony Khan has. He has a problem with consistency of continuously pushing the talent on his roster. It is really terrible how inconsistent this guy is. It is downright scary how inconsistent he is, because a lot of talent that he had that he could have pushed, he failed on because he just failed to continue to do the push he needed to do with the talent that he has. That's the problem also with him. No story, inconsistency-driven character development. We see things developing, then he drops off, and then he doesn't continue. He doesn't go with it. It dies out and turns fucking cold as ice, and nobody cares. So next segment was the Young Bucks along with Okada. Okada received a Lamborghini, very nice car. Okada went about calling the fans bitches in California. That was very interesting. We had Jack Perry shitting all over Bryan Danielson and talking about how he won the match and beat one of the best wrestlers in the world. And then they go into Adam Copeland's injury, and they mention that they are stripping him of the championship and vacating it because he won't be able to defend the title. And I guess Nicholas also mentioned something that gave him a curse. He said, go out there and break a leg. And apparently he legitimately broke his fucking leg. And there you go. And they're also mentioning how AEW is where the best wrestles. Yeah, okay, sure. The best at killing themselves when they don't have to. So they were going to give the fucking title, the TNT title, to Jack Perry. I swear to God, if they were going to give him the title, I was just going to turn the fucking TV off. I really was. I was going to give up on all hope with AEW. I literally was going to just cease and desist with this promotion altogether if that was going to happen. That would have been the most retarded thing to do. You're going to give the fucking title to Jack Perry, not have him earn it, and build him up even more. That would have been fucking stupid. Thank God they intervened with this storyline. This was all part of the story. It wasn't actually going to happen. Jack Perry getting the title. Christopher Daniels was named the interim vice president of the promotion. So he's basically a commissioner in a sense, you could say, and booking matches for Tony Khan and make announcements for him. And he made an announcement that there's going to be a qualifying matches for a shot at the title at Forbidden Door in a ladder match. Obviously, I think that Jack Perry's going to win this ladder match and win the TNT title, but at least earn the opportunity to be in the fucking match and win the damn belt, not just be hand-given the belt like as if it's a fucking charity case. Fucking joke, man. All right, and then the main event was the the Casino Gauntlet match for a shot at the AEW World Title at Forbidden Door. Awesome match. A lot of the wrestlers, though, half of the wrestlers, I should say, I've never even heard of. Why did they add all these random dudes from the Luchador Wrestling promotion, CMLL? Like, do I know any of these people? Fuck no. They had a few AEW, a few New Japan wrestlers added in there and everything. Like, I don't fucking know these people. I don't know them. Half of them, anyway. Will Ospreay, he won the match, though, in another gauntlet match that he won the same way he won the International Championship. So 2 months in a row, he's won in a gauntlet match to win an opportunity for the world, for a championship. And now he's going on to face for the world title when this match could have been booked for All In. And I don't think that Swerve Strickland is losing that title to Will Ospreay just yet. I think Will Ospreay is going to end up losing the match to Swerve Strickland in some fucked up finish. And I think Swerve Strickland is going to go ahead and grant him a rematch because that's not how he wants to win a match. So he wants to face him at All In at Wembley Stadium, and that's how they're going to do it. And that's when Will Ospreay will win the AEW World title. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Don Callis is going to turn on Will Ospreay, fuck him out of the championship opportunity, and he's going to get his revenge before the All In show on a Dynamite show, and then he's going to get back into the world title picture with Swerve Strickland, and then he's going to beat Swerve Strickland at All In. That's what I think is going to happen. So that's just my thoughts. I hope that at Forbidden Door, Will Ospreay doesn't win, because I don't think that's the right time for him to win. I mean, why wouldn't he want to win it in his home country in front of, like, hopefully they can get 80,000 people again like they did last year, but who the fuck knows at this point. And we'll hope and see what happens, but I hope Swerve Strickland doesn't get this title cut short. I think he's being shortchanged, and I think he's getting fucked over heavily. And I hope he gets a better. I hope he gets an extra period of time with the title, and they maybe give him a good run before he gives up the title. I don't know, but that's just my thoughts on that. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say at this time. You know what to do. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night, and I'll speak to you again soon.